It's Eric Soto, Soto Tarot, and I'm here live on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, here for another week in a row. So thank you for having me. Those of you who are listening to me, I'll try to be very descriptive if I can, even though I do have colorful tarot cards that I've made back in 2015. I do like to talk other things as well. So I will be saying that I'm at sototarot.com. Sototarot.com is where you can reach me and find out where I'm at on Facebook, on TikTok, all those little social media things. But you can definitely friend me at Facebook. I'm very easily accessible. I'm a tarot creator, but I'm also a psychic and a wannabe medium. When I say wannabe, I am not that type of caliber yet, but I am learning along the way and finding out the signs and understanding that avenue. So the good news is I'm a good student, so I eventually will get there. But in the meantime, I am very intuitive psychic. I've been doing this for over 30 some odd years, friends, family, and professionally. So I like to give back, and that's why I'm here this week to talk and have callers, talk about the things of the world, because how many things are going around in the world right now? A little crazy, right? One thing I always say is there's always a rainbow on the other side of something or other. You just have to look for it. So we're going to talk positivity here, no matter how bad it seems like it's out there. There's always something positive that you can glean from something. Like they say in the stock markets, right? Whether they're up or down, someone's always making money. It's the same thing in life. If you know where to look for it, there's always friends. There's always somewhere to have a shoulder to cry on, and there's always support. And if anything, there's always the teddy bear, right? There's always the teddy bear when you need him. I'm going to be at Real Live. Real Live Metaphysical is my local Cedar Rapids, Iowa location metaphysical shop that I've been here for years too. So I'm giving them a shout out. I will be there this Saturday between noon and 5. Noon and 5, I usually give readings there. They are paid, which is a little bit different than here, but in Facebook and such, you can still reach out for free readings, or like this program, this wonderful program, doing free readings here. I might only be taking 2 callers now, but you can always book a reading at sototarot.com, correct? And you can always reach me on social media, where we can talk tarot, we can talk psychic stuff, we can talk just life, whatever you'd like to do, but you got to friend me first, right? In other things going on, I think I told you a little bit before about me. I do have a tarot deck, right? It is a little bit different. Those of you who know what tarot is, they don't really have numbers or letters or anything of that sort. They're more of a psychic caliber. They do follow the actual tarot genre, I guess. You know, there are the Fool and all the way to the World, and they do cups and wands and such. But this is something that I went through actually back in March of 2015. I had a 4-day fever vision of 104 degrees that was a little weird, and I started seeing things, and I got behind a computer, and voila, it was something I always wanted to do, and now I have them. And they've actually helped me with a lot of young souls and old souls along the way understand life and try to get out of life's issues, right? So I don't say that I know everything, but I am going to say that we are connected. And when I say we're connected, it has nothing to do with the cards. It has everything to do with the same idea that we both sometimes pick up the phone at the same time, and we'll both hear each other with no dial tone. Now on digital phones, that sometimes happens, but a little bit less rare than we used to do in the past. But it still happens. It's the same thing. We're all connected at some point, shape, or form. It doesn't matter where we come from, overseas or on land. We all are connected. So Carol in Cedar Lake, Indiana, we're connected right now. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm glad you've made it on the show. You probably don't know me, and I don't know you, but that's the fun of it, right? You get to meet someone new, and I get to meet someone new, and we get to chat a little bit. So what I like to do for fun, you can ask whatever you wish. I like to try to keep it G-rated, because it is a G-rated radio and TV show, right? But as I'm shuffling, I like to also say that we're connected like by that phone. And I will say this for the radio viewers alone, that this is a 10 of Pentacles, and it looks like a cornucopia of a tree, branches, or seeds. And when this comes up, it means to me family. It means to me legacy. It has to do with, what am I going to do for the future, or what am I going to do to leave for my kids or for my my offspring, right? It's things of that sort. So you're not even asking anything, and I'll say to this.
That's
when
correct.
Yes?
I'm the head of my household on this. So provider for my family. For my husband, he cannot work, and I have a son. I'm the sole provider, so that makes sense.
There you go. See, we don't even know each other, and I'm already tingling on my shoulders. So that tells me the branches and the trees, right? You're the main
Yeah,
trunk, and you're the one controlling
yes.
and making sure that
And I have
everybody's
the
fed
tree
and
of
everything's
life.
going
I
on.
have a picture of the tree of life in my living room. I love the
Yes,
tree of life. Yes.
yes, very much so. This is kind of a little bit where I've got from before in the past. Um,
Yes.
again, if I may ask, what do you do as far as your career?
I've been a meat wrapper for 25 years at a grocery department chain. I operate a machine that wraps the meat. I don't cut it. And I just fill it. I've been doing that. It's very rigorous cardiovascular exercise. I have to like lift hams and turkeys right now because of the holiday. And um, yeah, it's hard work, but I enjoy it, and I'm working for a pension. And yeah, I'm not rich, but I'm happy. So
That's good. That's good. And you've got a good soul to you, I can tell. The tower card reversed is exactly that. It's the ball getting caught by the angels. And when I ever get the tower card reversed, it's like something or someone, I don't care what you want to call it. You want to call it God, you want to call it angels, you want to call it the force that be, or you can even call it sometimes other people just looking after your back. But when this happens, it means there's others behind you making sure that you are fed, making sure you do have a roof over your head. So that's telling me that there
the
might be
divine, yeah.
neighbors, there might be cousins, there might be friends, or those around you that are making sure that when times may be getting tough, look for them to lean on. They will be there for you. They're not going to be. You're not going to be the only ones at this point. At some point, there's going to be a little bit of a struggle going on, and this is to tell that those branches that might be your family that you're taking care of. Don't be afraid to also ask for those branches elsewhere, for those family members, for those cousins and neighbors, and maybe even people that you work with. And when times are a little squeaky tough, ask for that, or at least if not ask for it, don't be humble enough to not accept. Can you agree on that?
Right. Yes, I agree. Yes, very right.
So yes, that's and this is where things get weird, right? I say I'm not a medium, but the psychic ability here tells me that there's still something or some family member of something. So I'll go one step further since we're on the same thing. This is the Six of Pentacles that looks like an octopus's tentacles, and this is actually a card of charity. So I will go even further to say that you will actually be helped for sure by someone around you. This is that the octopus has many tentacles that can give, a lot of giving there. So you may have been the type that are giving for others for your good heart or for your caring, your family, or maybe you're just the type that give cookies to the neighbors and say, hey, I just did it because. This is also telling me that there will be arms reaching out for you soon. So look for that.
Oh, good.
If you believe in the future, this is what I believe about the future. I haven't really decided yet. Technically, it's happened. Why? Time is kind of in a weird circle, flat. It's very hard. It's
Right.
happened already, and it already hasn't happened. It hasn't happened
Yeah.
because we haven't felt it yet. But technically, it might have
Right.
already happened. And because it's already happened, that's why sometimes these things come through. And that feeling is based on your actions, there's a reaction. And based on those actions, that reaction means there will be assistance coming for you. So maybe you were asking that. Maybe you haven't been
Yes, I
asking
was.
that,
My
but there
my
definitely will be
question
help coming.
my question was, is my financial situation going to get any better? I am expecting a back paycheck from my work when my union settles, but that's up in the air. It's just don't know when it's coming,
I would say
and I
that
could
if
use it
this
right now.
is the way I'm feeling based on this was definitely a charity or definitely giving out towards you. And if that's what you're
Oh,
asking
really?
for, this will be giving,
No,
if
no,
not
this is a
generosity,
raise
it will
in
be
back
given with,
pay.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're talking about generosity. Oh, okay.
Right, right. Meaning that it
That
will
would
be
be
given
great.
freely. So if you're asking for this, then that will be given with, let's say, less resistance, something of that mind.
Okay.
When anytime something's giving of that type of card, it's given um, least resistance general. Let's say if I have my last quarter in my hand, right, and I'm starving, but I could keep it myself, but instead I give it to you, right, freely. So there is no, you didn't ask that quarter from me or that last money from me. I gave it to you freely of free will. That's the feeling that I had. And if you're asking for that, I think that's still the same. Others around you are helping you, and their times will be a little tough, maybe until this comes, but it will definitely come based on the feeling that I'm feeling. If it's not, there'll be something of that equivalent. And I
Oh,
don't like
good.
to say lottery or any of that sort, but I'll say that at least the help of that equivalent will definitely be coming in your corner.
Great. Thank you very much.
And how's the weather up there where you're at right now? I'm from Chicago originally, so Indiana wasn't too far from us.
Yeah, I'm in a little town called Cedar Lake, which is right over the border between Illinois and Indiana. It's
Okay.
a small town, and it is going to be 80 degrees tomorrow. It was 66 today.
We're still kind of
So,
chilly over here in Iowa, so
oh
so
yeah, I was
I'm
born and
glad you're
raised.
having better weather than we are. So uh, it's Carol, it's been nice to speak with you. I'm glad we're connecting. Don't hold it too hard. You have a good heart. If anything, I would say if you believe in angels, I believe definitely family or friends or angels of that sort are helping you anyway. And I think actually those
Yeah.
of the physical nature will be helping you as well. And look forward toward that. Actually, look forward to that settlement coming. Don't think, well, maybe it shouldn't, or maybe it won't, or I don't deserve it. Think of it that way. And whether it comes or not, the universe will still find a way to make sure that something of that sort still happens in that way.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. My
Thank
parents
you.
are my part of my spirit team and spirit guides, and they have a lot to do with it, with
There you
helping
go.
me.
See,
My
I'm already,
both my
no, they're
parents are.
tingling there. So yeah, maybe that's the ones that are telling me that to tell you this very directly.
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Carol. How we connect, right? I'm if you've seen my first episode, this is only my second episode, and I still can't even get my darn camera right, and we'll figure that out eventually. But I'm glad you're tuning in because this is the stuff we talk about. It's not magic. We all have this gift. Some of us have it more so, and you'd be surprised. Grandma that you grew up with probably had some premonition of something, right? And this something's going to happen, and she might have said, "Oh, my bunions or my elbow or whatever for the weather," but you'd be surprised how many people in life, if you go back and check, that this is still prevalent, that kids have this, that adults have this. And more so, unless I show you cards, sometimes people don't believe. And that's why I actually bring the cards out. It helps me focus, but it's not of a magical sort. If you want to buy them, look at my Soto Tarot area, follow me on Facebook, you can find out where they're at. But that's neither here nor there. Janet from London, Ontario, Canada. That is awesome. How are you, Janet?
I'm
Ah,
good. And you?
Jeanette. My
Yes.
mistake. How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing fabulous. That is such a wonderful name.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I butchered it. I only have words here, but it's Jeanette. It's like a French Canadian, correct?
Yes.
Of an origin. So um,
Yes.
I like to do this little game where I can pull a card. I'll still give you time. We still have a little bit of time, but I like to pull something to just see where we're connecting. And I have a temperance card here, which looks like a spirit, face of a spirit blowing wind into some kind of a bat or a dragon or some kind of flying bird of some sort. Temperance has to do with balance. And temperance in this form means assistance or needing that extra lift to get around or at least being shown the right path. So the feeling that I'm getting here would be there's something along the lines of you're looking for guidance for something. I know it sounds cheesy, but I'll narrow it a little bit more. I think this is actually in guidance for, I would actually say more of an assistance on that spiritual level. Like this is spirit. Am I right in that form?
Yes, that's right.
Well, I'm going to ask you your question. Go ahead and ask whatever you wish. We try to keep it G-rated here on the TV and radio. But what would you like to ask for, or what would you like to ask about?
I asked about between my husband and my father, and it's been ongoing issues like they don't like each other. And I can't even say anything directly to my father, but it's just like he has an ego. And my husband did already his best to show that
That's what this
how
card
he
is
loves.
for. This card is the Eight
Yes.
of Wands, but it's upside down. And when the Eight of Wands is upside down, it
Mm-mm.
has to do with these little rocket ships, and they're falling from the air,
Okay.
or they're arrows that are falling from the air, or they're wands. That means there's communication that's lacking, and that's just validating what you're saying. Your husband, if I correct, is trying to talk with your father, and they're just not getting along. Correct?
Yes, that's right.
Right. So whatever this is telling me here that your father, your husband is more in the correct, and for some reason it's not being received by your father. I don't know what the reason is for, but I'll tell you this: it sounds like the husband is in the right. It sounds like another reversed hanged man. When the reversed hanged man
Yes.
is there, there's a it's not necessarily a stubbornness, like to wait for something. It's more of, I don't want to be around and listen to this. Does that sound right? It's I don't, whatever you're trying to sell me, I'm not buying. And because of that, I'm getting off of this cross and I'm going to walk away type of deal. It's I'm not thinking anything spiritual or the high road. I'm thinking, show me the money, show me something physical, so show me how the laws of the earth work. Don't talk to me in lovey-dovey type of talks, or this is how you should be. Does that sound familiar?
That's that's right. Exactly right.
Okay, so now we're connecting, and now I'm buzzing. So
Yeah.
this is telling me not only is he right, not as only being. So I'll tell you this: Three of Wands is the ship. Looks like a little ship that's going across. Three of
Mm-hmm.
Wands is actually waiting for something to come. So here I can suggest this. I don't know necessarily what it's about. I don't have to know what it's about, nor does anybody have to know exactly what it's about. But we know that your husband is right, and it sounds like your father is not listening and doesn't want to accept that. And here's how you're going
Yes.
to have to connect. The boat has to make shore at some point, right? And the boat doesn't come to shore sometimes unless we either wait for it, which it may never come, or sometimes we have to meet it halfway. So the best thing that I can tell you here is whatever this situation is, doesn't sound like the father is going to understand. So you may have to reach the ship a different way. Sometimes that means
Yes.
bribing the captain. Sometimes that means finding another ship. And I'm not saying find another father. I'm saying you may have to reapproach this a different way. Maybe on the level of the father, maybe something that he understands. If it's money, talk money. If it's something physical, talk physical. If it means a time limit, then talk a time limit. But whatever the approach was before, or permission that was needed, or whatever, you're going to have to try a different way to get to that boat and for that to come to port. Is that starting to make sense?
That makes sense.
It's difficult to talk to family, especially when they're older than you, right? They raised you. It's your father, correct?
Yeah, that's right. But I already distanced myself to him in some issues that it's related about family.
Right.
And also
Okay.
I will distance also myself to my brother and sister because it's just like there's a jealousy on it. So sometimes I don't understand, but I think
So why
I
does your
think my
husband? So why does your
decision
husband feel like he needs to connect for some reason? Why is he feeling like he needs to get through to your father? Why when you're
is
not?
just
It doesn't sound like you're connecting, and you've gone on, right? You've let that boat decide. Well, I'm just going to find another boat. I'm not going to connect with you. Why is it that your husband then is feeling like he needs to still see this through?
it, yeah, it's just like he wants only to validate that anything that he does for them is just like no appreciation. So my dad is just like I don't know if it is ego or he doesn't like him. I don't understand.
Here's the
I
issue.
don't understand.
I'll give you a little bit more of a nugget to it. This is what I'm feeling here too. So
Mhm.
the seven of cups has to do with choices, and it's reversed. So when it's reversed, instead of having a lot of choices, that means zeroing down on what you want. It looks like a drill drilling a diamond. They're like this little drill is actually making a hole in a diamond. We sometimes have
Mhm.
our heart has to make choices, And at some point, again, going further, what your other cards were saying is you're going to have to make a choice. You've made your choice. He's going to have to make his choice at some point. How am I going to get to make him understand? I'm either going to continue on, and it might be a long trip to do that and get at the heart of it, or he's going to have to make a decision and say, enough is enough. We've done everything we can. We need to move on. And it's an unfortunate thing, but we have our own life to deal with. We have our own family to deal with. And whatever this is that you're causing is something I can't deal with. Now, I'm not saying either one is right. I'm just saying he's going to have to make that decision, just like you're making the decision. How do I want to really drill down on it and continue because I feel something's going to happen at the end? Or do I at some point say, enough is enough, I need to drill elsewhere, this isn't going to go anywhere, and it's almost like feels like I'm drilling a diamond. It's feeling like I'm going forever and ever, not getting anywhere. It's a hard decision, and there's not always, I can't tell you which one to do. This just tells you that option means there may not be a winning end. There may be losers and winners, or all losers in this game right here. You just have to decide what's best for your family, and he's going to have to decide what's best for him. Because I don't believe your father is the one that's going to make the decision here.
Yes, that's right. And also, I want also to know in general about the sibling thing, about the issue about sibling.
Your father's sibling or your husband's sibling?
My father's, not father's sibling. It's just like my brother and sisters.
So the potential is still there. This is the Ace of Cups, which means potential. There's a cup here with a chalice, a golden chalice with a lot of water everywhere. Water is emotion and water is love. So there's still a potential there. I don't know exactly what you're asking, but this is how I'm feeling it. There is still potential for love. There's still a potential for growth. There's still a potential for connection in regards to the siblings that you're speaking of. So I don't know how you asked if that's in regards to you and your family or for them, but there still is hope. There's always potential. The potential ends when you want it to end. When you close the door final and when death is over, that's usually when it's over. But as long as there's breath in your lungs, there's always a chance still for that potential, for that love to grow again and to make amends and to still keep those connections going. Doesn't always mean it's easy. There might be a lot of water tears involved as well, but the potential is still there. And I'm feeling that there's still hope to make amends at some levels for some of them.
Okay, and that's all that you see on the card, nothing about something in the future?
I can, but I think we're almost going to be wrapping up here in a second, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'll give you a quick one because I'm usually good at the first one. And it's reversed. I'm sorry, it's not reversed. Empress. That's weird. I can go two ways here. The feel I have. Empress usually means creativity. It can sometimes mean pregnancy. So I don't know. I don't like to say medical things. If you're looking for pregnancy, this is telling you now is the time. If you're not looking for pregnancy, this is telling me this is still a chance for people to come around and hug each other. This is a chance for everyone to be around each other. And this is a chance to make amends and grow that family because the world is tough out there.
Okay.
I hope that helps a little bit on some level.
Thank you so much.
Take care, Jeanette. I'm sorry if I can't say your name right. Wow, 30 minutes go back fast. Again, hopefully I'll get all this stuff ready for you next time and we'll be a little bit better on video, but you can always reach me at sototarot.com. You can reach me on Facebook at sototarot6. I'm always available. I'm always around. You'd be surprised if you like my deck. You can check at at thegamecrafter.com/games/Soto Look at thegamecrafter.com. Look under Soto Tarot. You'll find my cards as well. But again, it's been a pleasure to be here on A1R Radio, and it's a pleasure to be on Moonstruck TV as well. Hope to see you soon.